Hi, welcome back to the basement. I'm Steve Lewis. In the last episode, I said that this week we would return to talking about the year 1972. Well, I've had a couple of unusual and in one case really unexpected experiences recently that I wanted to share. So I want to push 1972 forward 1 week and present this really unusual and unexpected episode about what I did on my holidays in the last couple of weeks of 2022. Let's begin with the unexpected event. A while back, viewer Wes Roberts contacted me about his Beach Boys collection, which he was in the process of liquidating. He very generously offered to send me some items out of his collection as a gift from one Beach Boy fan to another. We exchanged some emails, and a couple of weeks ago I got an email saying that a box was on its way, but I really had no idea what was going to be in it. I received the box a few days before Christmas and set up a camera to record an unboxing, really not knowing what was in there. I'm really glad I did, and I want to show you that unboxing. Before I start, I do want to say that Wes had asked me what I was looking for my collection. I told him that I had replaced most of the Beach Boy vinyl that I'd sold off back in '97, but I was still looking for Surf and Safari and Smiley Smile, nice copies of those, and that I had also began picking up some of the Beach Boys 45 picture sleeves. The only ones I really had to this point were Help Me Rhonda and Little Girl I Once Knew. I want to give you that background. But let's look at the actual unboxing as it unfurled a couple days before Christmas. A while back, I was contacted by viewer Wes Roberts, who collected the Beach Boys for 25 years. He told me he's no longer interested in maintaining his Beach Boys collection. He's selling most of it on eBay, but he very kindly offered to send me some items from that collection just because he likes the show. So thank you very much. A box has arrived today from Wes. I really have no idea what's in this. It's a heavy package, and I can see already it's very generous just by the amount of postage that Wes had to use to get this thing to me. So I'm very curious. I've already done the tape on the edges, but I have not opened this up. This will be a surprise package. So let's see what we've got here. Just wanted to open up the side so it hopefully wouldn't take too long to open the rest of it. It didn't. And what have we got here? Boy, it may take a while to find out. I'm assuming these are 45s. As I say, I really had no idea what I was getting into, what was going to be in this. So it may take a little while to open some of this up. I may not be able to do it all. I may have to just come back later with a review. So let's see. Boy, well, nice packaging, Wes. I appreciate that because I've bought some records off eBay that have certainly arrived and destroyed in the mail, also from Discogs. So I appreciate some good packaging because, man, the post office can do a number on this stuff sometimes. So it's in bubble wrap and then it's in boxes. So these got to be 45s. Looks like there's, I don't want to wreck anything by trying to open it too quickly either. Let's see, get an idea what we got here. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at these. Photo sleeves. 409. She Knows Me Too Well. Two variations of When I Grew Up. Wow. Let Him Run Wild. These are all things I don't have, too. Don't Worry, Baby. Oh, man. Dance, Dance, Dance. Fun, Fun, Fun. Oh, unbelievable. Sloop John B. You guys will be seeing a lot more of these, I suspect. Good Vibrations. Wes, that is incredible. Thank you so much. I mean, gosh, that is incredibly generous and just things I don't have in my collection that I will really be grateful to have, or I am really grateful to have. Got another box here. Let's see what's in there. I mean, geez, there aren't that many more picture sleeves left. So what's in here? Wow. I was prepared for something pretty good, but that was astonishing. My collection is just improved by leaps and bounds. Let's see what else we got here. And Cabanescence. I'm not even sure what country that's. Well, I'll have to look at that some more. I'm not even sure where. Wonderful. Oh, it looks like these are some foreign releases. Beach Boys, Wouldn't It Be Nice? Wow, Lord's Prayer and Little Saint Nick, right? The other Christmas single. What do we got? 10 Little Indians in County Fair. Sloop John B. from, well, I'll figure out where that one's from. Good Vibrations. Darlin'. And wow, oh, this is a beautiful one. Friends. We'll have to follow up on this. And then there's another. Geez, this is unbelievable. We'll have to devote an episode to these, I think. Quickly, so there's albums here as well. Looks like 2 boxes of those. Geez, this is quite amazing. Wes, thanks for contacting me. This is super generous, my gosh. Well, these things have certainly found an appreciative home. There's no doubt about that. That is amazing stuff. Those picture sleeves, wow. A lot has been suddenly crossed off my want list. I won't have anything to look for anymore when I go into a record store. Well, it's not entirely true, but let's see what we got here. See if I can get this open. I sure don't want to wreck anything by trying to open it too fast. Here we go. We have got an autographed picture of Mike, a Beach Boys newsletter. I'll look at that in more. Best of the Beach Boys. I didn't have this. That'll be great to show. Holland with the 45. Fantastic. Original Fred Vale concert ticket with Beach Boys concert. This is going to require a special episode. I'm just going to go ahead and unbox these quickly, and we will go over it in much more detail very, very soon. Probably in sort of the second half of this episode. This is amazing, man. Wes, this, oh, Smiley Smile, which is, I sold my vinyl of this, which was like an 80s copy back in '97 with all my other vinyl, and this is one I hadn't replaced. And the other Beach Boy album I hadn't replaced. Wow, he sent me a Duphonic and is Surfin' Safari. Looks like I've got the full stereo sticker and then a Duphonic, and I gotta figure out what, wow. Hey Wes, thanks man, this is unbelievable. This is, I don't know when I've ever opened a package so generous as this, so thanks very much. I will follow up shortly. So as you can see, Christmas came a little early at the Lewis household this year, courtesy of Wes Roberts. Really, Wes, I cannot thank you enough. I wanted to briefly show you some of these items again, give you a little bit better look, and also now that I figured out what some of them are, maybe a little bit of information. Of the foreign singles, I've got this Sloop John B. This is Italian. I really like on the back here, they've got the little jukebox tab that you can cut out, and there's even a little picture of the band on the jukebox tab, which is kind of cool. So that's Italian. I've got a French EP, all tracks from Pet Sounds. Wouldn't It Be Nice? Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulder. God Only Knows, and I Know There's an Answer. That's French. A really cool Spanish, Good Vibrations, with sort of some Spanish discography information on the back. And from Germany, Darlin', and Here Today, with some current German releases at the time on the back, and a really nice photo for Friends and Little Bird, also from Germany, and also with some of the current, at the time, German releases on the back. From the UK, a little bit later on, this is a Brian Wilson single of Wonderful. The other ones I took out of the PVC cover so there would be less glare. This one actually has printing on a PVC cover for Brian Wilson and Wonderful, so it's giving me a little bit of glare there. Sorry about that. I'll show a photo of this. You can see it a little bit better. You can see that this is on beautiful lime green vinyl. Apparently this also came in yellow and blue vinyl. It's Wonderful on the A side and Wind Chimes on the B side. And then there's this Cabanescence Beach Boys release. This one is on beautiful yellow vinyl. The B side of this is Wonderful. This came apparently from Mojo 60 in 2011, promoting the release of the Smile Sessions box set. It was a giveaway with that magazine. I had no idea this existed. It's really cool. I'll also just very briefly show some of the US picture sleeves. These I'll be quick with because I know we'll be returning to them in future episodes. Got 409 and Surfin' Safari. Got Little Saint Nick. This isn't a picture sleeve, of course, but it's the original Capitol sleeve. When I Grew Up to Be a Man, with the blue trim. Wes also sent me the variation with green trim. Fun, 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 and Why Do Fools Fall in Love? A lot of these have the same photo on the front and back. However, Don't Worry Baby and I Get Around has something I wasn't aware of, a little thank you from the group with facsimile autographs. I'd never seen that before. It's very cool. Warmth of the Sun and Dance, Dance, Dance have different photos on each side, as well as California Girls and Let Him Run Wild, a couple black and white photos of the band in Paris, Sloop John B, and the very cool picture sleeve for Good Vibration. So I'm really set on US picture sleeves. You'll be seeing a lot more of those in the future. As far as the albums go, as I mentioned, back in '97, I sold off some of my vinyl, including most of my early Beach Boys albums. I figured that I had the Capitol 2 for CDs, which had all the material and mock-ups of the artwork. Why did I want to keep that vinyl? I've regretted that decision ever since, and I've slowly, over the last few years, been replacing my early Beach Boys vinyl. I did not have a copy of Surfin' Safari, and Wes helped me out with a beautiful copy of Surfin' Safari, still in shrink wrap. He also sent me a duophonic copy and a duophonic copy with this Capitol full-dimensional stereo banner glued across the front cover. I'm not really sure what the difference between these two is. They both have the same catalog number, DT1808. The labels are very slightly different in that the duophonic notation is printed higher up on the one with the stereo banner, but both have the same description. So I am now very well covered on Surfin' Safari. Wes also sent me a beautiful copy of Smiley Smile, also still in shrink, and the album is the original on the Brother label. The copy that I had earlier was a reissue from the 80s, and this is just a beautiful, beautiful copy of it. Wes also sent me, also in shrink, Best of the Beach Boys, something I didn't have and that I will certainly want to talk about when we talk about 1966, and that came with the original 1966 inner sleeve. These are always fun to look at to see what else Capitol was promoting at the time. The copy of Holland that Wes sent is a white label promo, which is always cool, and it's particularly cool in this case because the EP is also on a white label. Finally, there's a very minty copy of the Beach Boys concert album, along with what must surely be one of the highlights of this entire package, an original Beach Boy concert ticket from Fred Vale's December 21st, 1963 concert in Sacramento. 4 of the recordings on Beach Boys concert come from that show: Little Deuce Coupe, Long Tall Texan, In My Room, and Johnny B. Good, with the rest coming from a Sacramento show that Fred Vale promoted on August 1st, 1964. It's looking pretty great for a ticket that is now 59 years old. Also got a very cool autographed picture of Mike signed on February 17th, 2016, according to the Certificate of Authenticity on the back. And very cool, a Capitol News release announcing the release of the Beach Boys Today album from March of 1965. It reads, "The popular Beach Boys follow up their last 2 $1 million LPs, Beach Boy concert and all summer long with this album that contains their latest single, Please Let Me Wonder, Do You Wanna Dance? Dance, 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 another recent single, is also included along with Good to My Baby, She Knows Me Too Well, and In the Back of My Mind. As a special feature, there is a Beach Boy interview with teen columnist Earl Leaf entitled Bull Session with the Big Daddy. The day after Wes's package arrived, I drove to Cleveland to pick up my son from college for his winter break. While he was finishing his final exams, I did a little exploring and shot my first ever on-location segment. See what you think. Sorry. So I'm here in Cleveland at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'll have to go inside. I've never been here before. I'm really interested to check it out. And of course, I'll be looking for Beach Boy items. Let's see what they've got. I've asked whether they had any Beach Boys display. They told me they don't. There's some signatures apparently on the 4th floor. But I did find the handwritten lyrics to Be True to Your School in this display case, which I wanted to show to you. So there they are. I don't know how well you can see it or how well you can hear this even. I'll take a photo as well. So that seems to be the only item currently on display at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the Beach Boys. The signatures that somebody told me about being on the 4th floor don't seem to have been there. They do seem to have fared a little bit better than either The Who or Kiss, for whom I saw nothing on display and certainly would have expected something from them. I only saw a guitar for Bob Dylan, a bass from Led Zeppelin, so the Beach Boys didn't really fare too badly. And of course, I know that not everything is on display all the time, and they currently have a big exhibition of Get Back and Let It Be going on, so that's taking up a lot of space. And their Beatles collection is pretty phenomenal, I have to admit. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed that, and we will be back in the basement shortly. Here's the photo I took of the lyrics. Sorry about the glare, there didn't seem to be any way of avoiding it with the lighting they had in the museum. I also took this photo of the caption, which shows it being from the collection of Jonah and Justin Wilson, Carl's sons. It also shows that it's a reproduction, which was a bit of fine print I didn't notice until I got home. The caption says it uses the same melody as the Hawthorne High School fight song, which isn't entirely accurate. Seems like it might have been better to say that the fight song is incorporated into the record. It was a little disappointing to realize I'd been standing there looking at a reproduction of the lyric and left me wondering how much else there was also a reproduction and I didn't notice. Reproduction aside, there are some interesting slight revisions shown in the lyrics. In the first verse, the last line was, "Well, it's the best in the state." In a different handwriting, apparently in pencil, it's been changed to, "It's number 1 in the state." Certainly an improvement, and it gives them the right number of syllables without the unnecessary word well. In the chorus, they've scratched out the word school from Let Your School Colors Fly. In the second verse, a Letterman jacket has been changed to a Letterman sweater. The reason for that change is less obvious. To me, it seems like jacket would have worked just as well as sweater. Anybody have any idea why they might have made that change? In the third verse, On Friday has been changed to Come Friday. In the biggest change at the bottom of the page, there's a notation in the ending fade chorus Mike is going to sing, "Never put it down, right to the end." None of the staff at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame seem to know the collection very well, and they didn't seem to have any way of looking anything up. So there may have been other Beach Boy items on display that I just walked by and didn't notice. Also, as I mentioned, a lot of the space was given over to temporary exhibitions. I'm sure not everything in the permanent collection is on display at one time. As I'm recording this, my family and I are about to head off for a short holiday in Toronto before my son returns to college. We haven't been there since before the pandemic. I'm really looking forward to it, and also looking forward to checking out the Toronto record stores that were recommended by William in the comments section on episode 138, Cool Stuff I Found Out, Part 13. Thanks for those recommendations, William. I'll let you know how it comes out. Of course, my list of Beach Boy items that I'm looking for will be much shorter, thanks to Wes Roberts' generosity. Let me give one more big thank you to Wes for this. It's really fantastic. I look forward to your comments. Next time we'll return to 1972. We'll wind up the third and fourth quarters over probably 4 episodes. Then I would like to return to talk about some more of the comments that have come in over the last month or so, and we'll move on from there. Thank you for letting me share this great experience of my holidays with you. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you next week. Bye.